You up to speed on the latest when it comes to COVID-19. Three things to know this morning. Governor Cooper might start pumping the brakes on the state's reopening. Under the original plan, North Carolina is set to enter phase 3 as early as next week, but he says he can't guarantee that's going to happen. Under phase 3, you have more people out in restaurants, houses of worship, entertainment venues. You've got the bars, you've got gyms, things like that. And here's a look at some of the numbers concerning the governor. There was a major spike this weekend, but North Carolina saw fewer new cases on Monday. Percent positive, still around 8% higher than health officials want. South Carolina also seen a dip in new cases. Testing is actually higher there. Percent positive down 9% after being in double digits for almost a week. North Carolina State University is going to require face masks this fall. Anybody who enters a building on campus will be required to cover their faces. The only expectations are dorms and private offices. UNC Chapel Hill made a similar announcement last week. Rachel.
Good morning, Ben. And as you said, as we track these upward trends here in the state of North Carolina, the governor is starting to think about possibly making face masks mandatory. He said he wants people to voluntarily wear them, but as they kind of start to figure out how they're going to mitigate and slow the spread and control it here in the state, they could be looking to upping the requirements of where and when you wear these face masks out in public. As it stands here in the state, employees of personal care businesses do already have to wear them. That's like nail and hair salons. And we're looking at hundreds of studies, 170 different studies from countries across the world have found that wearing a face mask cuts the transmission of COVID-19 from 17.4% roughly to about 3%. So that is a pretty big difference. Go vote on our WCNC app, as we said a couple minutes ago. Here it is, our poll this morning. Should face masks be mandatory in public? We will look to those results in just a second. So United States Surgeon General on the coronavirus task force, Jerome Adams, has said on his Twitter yesterday, he was saying that some people feel like being forced to wear them is violating their freedom of choice. But he says, kind of reverse your thinking. Think of it as you have more freedoms to then go out and do things. People were tweeting at him saying, hey, please get the message out here in North Carolina. People aren't wearing masks and we're becoming this hot spot. And then other people bringing up these different analogies. I thought this was an interesting tweet saying, I have the right to not wear a motorcycle helmet and take my chances, but that analogy doesn't really work here because when you fall off your bike while not wearing a helmet, it doesn't fracture someone else's skull. Let us know what you think. Join the conversation on this. I know many of you will use our hashtag WakeUpCLT. Ben, how are those results looking? I don't think this is going to be a 50-50 poll.
Right now it's 46-54 with people 54% saying no. But it's a bit closer than I expected. I've always thought the analogy of smoking in public is sort of an apt analogy in that, sure, you can do it and sure, you can enjoy it. It's just more than anything, it just can be a bit rude at best, and it can be dangerous for others at worst. But for some reason, this has become so political, and I don't know why. It's just the last thing any of us want to do is pass along a potential germ that could kill somebody. But I understand there are other considerations at play. All right, Rachel, thank you.